shit in all facets. So,
That's what y'all supposed to think. That's what y'all supposed to live, breathe, eat shit. You feel me?
so we're live right now. All right, guys. This is another episode of Real Talk Chicago. Real Talk Chicago is a show where we showcase typically Chicago creatives and entrepreneurs. This episode actually is a very special episode. We got a guest in the building today that is not actually from Chicago. Before we get into our guest today, we do want to talk about the simple fact that we have our Not Yet 420 comedy show coming up tomorrow, and that is Saturday, 4/17, 3 p.m. If you need any last minute standing room only tickets, we got a couple of those left, so definitely touch base, mogulminds.net. But enough of that. Right now, we are going to get into our guest at hand. We're going to find out all about this gentleman. We're going to find about his artistry. We're going to find out about who he is, what he does, and why he is here trying to take over Chicago right now today. So if you could do me a favor and introduce yourself to our listeners.
I'm Shoplift Spittz, aka Shoplift Williams, BKA Shoplift Shuttlesworth. I shoot my shot every time I don't miss swish.
I like that. Shoplift Shuttlesworth. So,
yeah.
Shoplift.
Yeah.
Where did the name Shoplift come from? Because that's an interesting rap name to me.
Right. You think I'm a steal and thievery, but it's really a metaphor for taking what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving you nothing. You got to snatch what's mine.
They say power isn't given, it's taken.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Right.
So nobody's ever just been given the keys to the kingdom.
Hell no, unless you got the silver spoon. And my spoon was rusted that I got, so shit, I gotta take this. You feel me?
So Shoplift, like I said, we normally focus on Chicago creatives and entrepreneurs, but you're a Midwest Chicago. Tell us a little bit about where you're from.
We cousins. I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We right up the block. We cousins. I'm from Detroit, West Side, 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? Eminem told y'all, Shoplift gonna show y'all. You feel me?
So for Chicagoans that don't know anything about Detroit, don't know anything about 8 Mile, I know you guys got quite a few different miles. That's kind of how you guys things is segmented, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 8 Mile, it's not just all trailer park.
No, that was his, you know, he showed y'all the other side. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the more urban side, you know, than where he was. So
urban is proper lingo for black.
The ghetto.
So I think that's interesting because a lot of times the media, for example, when they talk about urban community, they like to talk about the inner cities and things like that. When they talk about all these statistics of gun violence and drugs and things like that, they're always talking about inner city. But one of the things that I say on the podcast all the time is I'd like to see the statistics for the trailer park, because I imagine that those statistics are just as fucked up as ours.
Yeah, they be wilding in them trailer parks. Don't get it twisted. They wild, but it's just a little bit different than being in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. Like, they struggles are different than what we go through. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think that the specific struggles that you dealt with are what drove you to become the artist that you are today?
Of course, yeah. Different things, different trauma, different experiences made me just want to tell my side, tell my story, you know, and just motivate other people to get through what they going through. You know what I'm saying?
So while we talk about your story, you born and raised Detroit?
Born and raised in Detroit, yep.
Okay. I've been to Michigan a couple of times. I got like a cousin that lives up in Flint.
Oh, yeah.
Flint looks like basically the shittiest parts of the west side of Chicago. Detroit, I stayed for a family reunion 2 years ago in I think it's like a big ass mall with a hotel on top of it, like the Ford building.
What's that? Fairlane? No,
you can see right across the lake or river to Canada. Like, you could see to the casino.
Oh, you was downtown.
Yeah.
You was by like the Renaissance building or something.
We was definitely downtown.
Yeah.
Detroit was nicer than I expected. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like a fucking wasteland, to be honest.
That's, you know.
But that's TV shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit that they show us.
Yeah.
When Why are you in Chicago right now?
Well, I'm just maneuvering and grooving, and y'all my cousins. So I'm like, let me go on over here to my cousin. We right up the block, same. Chicago, Detroit, damn near the same thing. So what I'm saying, I'm basically on a promo run. I just dropped a album called Every Day Above Ground, and I'm just moving and grooving, just trying to connect with good people.
So I heard a couple of tracks, and I think you're a talented artist.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I can't wait to see. Hopefully you can create some with some of the producers and engineers associated with the network.
Mhm.
All that being said, if you had to describe your music, you're on you happen to bump into L.A. Reid on the elevator right now. You had to give an elevator pitch and describe yourself as an artist. How would you describe yourself?
I'm gonna describe myself. I make music basically for all type of emotions, because a person not gonna walk around angry all the time. I'm not gonna be happy all the time. I'm gonna be sad sometimes. So I'm gonna display all of these different type of emotions, but I'm going to display it in catchiness, in the hooks, wittiness, and most importantly, lyrics. And I understand lyrics ain't the it's not on the pedestal like it once was. It's like the very bottom. But I just like the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to bring that, like when Lil Wayne was on his run, it was like, hold on, Wayne rapping, shh, be quiet. Like that's what I want to bring to the back to the game, that once was.
So, not to get off of you as an artist, but
Mhm.
just because you brought up other artists, if you
Mhm.
you had to name a couple of artists who really influence you as a young hip hop fan and really made you wanna fucking hop in that booth
Mhm.
and talk that talk and spit that shit that you spit, who
Right.
would you say some of your biggest influences were if you had to give three?
Man, because growing up, my parents listened to, all Motown,
I was just about to say, you guys have fucking Barry Gordy and
yeah,
Motown. Y'all had it all.
all that. My pops, he was in the Four Tops. So I
Your
had,
pops was a member of the
yeah,
Four
he was a
Tops?
member, yeah.
Oh, shit. So
Hmm.
you come from a musical background.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
So I would say a mixture of that because I just don't, I listen to everything. But if we just going to strictly be on rap, I would say like Fab, Wayne, of course, Hove.
One of the few rules down. We only really got two rules in Mogul Minds Studios. One
Mhm.
of which is no Kanye West slander, and the second one being no Lil Wayne slander.
Oh no,
We
I fuck with them. With Kanye, since we talking about Kanye,
yes.
people be talking crazy about Kanye, saying that what he's saying is crazy, but really what he's saying is not crazy. He's on when he's expressing himself. He's damn near right about what he's saying. It's just the delivery of what he's saying, and I just feel like sometimes he just needs to do a little bit more research on about what he's talking about. But he don't be far off about what he's saying for sure.
I think you're right and
Hmm.
wrong at the same time in that
Okay.
statement.
Hmm.
I think that yeah, I think the motherfucker's a little bit crazy,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's ever been a genius that wasn't crazy.
Yeah, they nuts. Geniuses are nuts.
All of them, right?
Hmm.
And what about because the way you were saying you were saying that you need to Kanye, for example,
Hmm.
needs to do a little bit more research, and really what I want to focus on that you said was that he needs to specifically focus on the delivery of his message. How do you get that across in your music? Because you clearly have a story to tell.
Right.
How do you focus on getting your message across?
Um, Getting my message across through my music, I just stay true to myself and go with what I feel is right. So I just deliver it how I feel like it should sound. So I don't clash with my creativity when it's time to deliver to the listener. You know what I'm saying? I just stay true to myself and let the rest go how it's gonna go.
What do you think as an artist, all artists of all genres, whether it be music or not, go through different trials and tribulations, go through a struggle. No artist just gets on overnight unless there's some type of industry plan. What do you think some of your biggest obstacles have been as an artist?
It's been so many, but the number one, when I first started off, you know what I'm saying? I started this thing. I was 17. I've been in it since about 9 years. I was in a group. We was about to get signed to Warner Brothers, and then turmoil within the group made us not, like, literally the fucking contract was right there, the pen is there, but it's just little bullshit turmoil made us lose on that contract, and I was like a little under $1 million.
So, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was about 12 years ago. You were really looking at something. Oh, no, no, you started rapping 12 years ago.
I started like I said, I started rapping like 17, and then I was on and off for about 9 years.
When did you really, really start to take this serious as a career?
Probably like 4 years ago.
What was the catalyst? What was the thing that made you say, like, for example, we got our producer out here, Picasso, and if you noticed, he got a face tattoo.
Right.
And he didn't have that when he initially started here, but at one point, I don't know if you're familiar with the battle rapper Daylight.
Yeah.
All right, so Daylight got a fucking Spawn mask tattooed on his face. I personally think Daylight's a fucking genius.
Right.
But one of the reasons that he got that tattoo was because this is it. This is what I'm fucking doing. What was that moment for you? Because we don't got the face tat to tell us.
Mm. Basically, I'm like, I basically was like, man, I'm quit. With this shit, somebody, when you do this, you at least quit a few times doing this. You be like, I'm done. I'm through with this. And it'd be like it'd be stuff that kind of keep bringing you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, it was like people want to do features, you know what I'm saying? And then my brother Obi Trice, he wanted to call me like, yo, I'm about to go on tour, come with me. So that was kind of like
Obi Trice, a Detroit, well, to some degree, a hip hop legend, but Detroit legend.
Yeah, he a legend for sure.
And you were familiar with like you on a phone call basis with Obi Trice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why?
We just locked in. I've known Obi for years, bumping into him. You running around with people in the city, and we have a lot of mutual friends. So it was just like, we was bumping around. I run into him, like my cousin. He used to hang with my older cousin. He used to be over there all the time. So I see him. He knew I did music. So it was just like, yo, I need somebody to come rock with me. So come on and rock. So
And he showed love.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that makes me think about a question. Chicago is what they call a city of broad shoulders. Everybody in Chicago feel like whatever it is your hustle is, whatever it is you do, whatever it is your creativity is. Oh, my cousin do that, my homie do that. Oh, I know somebody do that shit better. Why I'm gonna fuck with you? I know, Is Detroit like that where like so I used to work with hip hop artists, and I've been all over the country for different hip hop conventions. I met a lot. I brushed shoulders with a lot of people who I'm sure don't remember me, but I remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Is Detroit more like Chicago in the way where everybody's standoffish toward each other, or is it more like Atlanta in the way where if you from the city, you from the city, and we gonna rock with you?
It definitely was like that. Like, oh, my cousin do that, or my whoever do that. But recently, everybody's starting to come together. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, you doing that, I'm doing that too. I rock with you. It's kind of coming together. It ain't all the way there, but it's there more so than it was.
So basically, what you're saying is the Big Sean feature is not out of the question for your career.
No, hell no. He tapping in.
That's love. That would be, I would love to hear that and make sure when that does happen, because we're gonna speak it into existence here.
Hell
We
yeah.
believe in that here. So we're gonna speak that into existence when that does happen. You make sure to send us that shit so we can leak that exclusively.
Hell yeah. I know. I be fucking with a lot of Sean people, so it ain't far fetched for sure.
Now, as we talk about Detroit
Mm-hmm.
and you as an artist, I would imagine that you have some favorite Detroit artists, and you might actually give us some exclusives here. Obviously, this interview is about you, and we're going to stick to you, but I would like to talk about who some of your favorite Detroit artists are. And it could be of any genre from any time, but if you had to give us a couple of those, who would they be?
Shit, I'm gonna go with not include Eminem because he just,
Obviously,
he
he's legendary status.
yeah, he put where we need to be. So
Right.
after Eminem, I'm gonna say Royce the 5'9".
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Royce's pen is unparalleled in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Sean too. I gotta go with Sean.
We were having a conversation before you got here that spiraled from us talking about you. I
Yeah.
don't think people put enough respect on Big Sean's artistry.
Yeah, he cold with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just I think why they don't put enough light on it because he be low with it. He don't really show. You know, most artists show you a little bit more of what they doing. He don't really do that. He more conservative far as far as his internet presence. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna hit you over the head with a solid piece of work,
Yeah.
but not necessarily show up at your door every goddamn day.
Right. So he kind of more conservative. So that's why if he was like more like let the people in, you'll be like, oh yeah, Sean up there.
How you feel about I can't even think of this cat's name right now. He got fucking bar the husky cat.
T Grizzly.
Yes.
Grizzly, yeah, he go hard. Yeah.
Okay, so T Grizzly goes hard. What happened with Dej Loaf?
Dej Loaf, she be low with it. I don't know. I honestly thought because Dej Loaf cold with them hooks.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I thought she was gonna be like the female Nate Dogg of this shit, but
just doing hooks for everybody.
Yeah, you know, her hooks cold. She got some cold music too, but the hooks just
it sets her apart.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I don't know. She just be chilling, like she drop and then chill for a few years.
So if you brush shoulders with her right now, you asking for a feature?
Hell yeah, I need that Dej. Come on, Dej.
All right, let her know. Let her know.
Dej, come on.
So Chicago, how many times you been here?
Oh man, y'all right up the block, so I done been here about 6-7 times.
How you like it?
I like it out here.
What do you think the major differences are between Chicago, from what you see, between Chicago and Detroit?
And what aspect? Like
just in the way that you can move around. And I know that your view is going to be biased because you're an artist. So a lot of times when you come here, you might be performing, you might be politicking with people, you might be networking.
Right.
But even those things, networking, for example, Chicago's not the easiest place to network. It's a lot of who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
It's a lot of that here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same in Detroit.
Well, it's kind of like that everywhere. Here it's very similar. It's just little things that are different, but it's the similar to me and my eyes.
Okay, so what that sounds like to me is you're kind of a chameleon.
Yeah, you got to know how to adapt. You got to know when you go to these different cities who to tap in with. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you got to do. You know what I mean?
In Detroit, what do you think the hardest part of the grind as an artist is?
Probably just gaining the respect of your peers. And when I say your peers, I'm not meaning other rappers, just like, people that's around you, your everyday people, like family members and things, like to know, like, because a lot of times the closest person around you, they take what you do or how you do it for granted, like not really knowing, like, damn, dog got it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really take that into consideration, like, damn, dog got it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started, put your shit in. Oh yeah, that's cool. But put dog on. Let me hear that though. As far as that, like getting their respect. Like, no, nigga, fuck I like it when you get their respect where it's like, nah, turn dog, I'll put you on. That's it.
I don't know necessarily that is a Detroit thing. Maybe it's a Midwest thing. I don't know because I obviously got a biased perspective as a Chicagoan. But one of the first things that I was told when I started doing this, when I started the podcast network, it started just a podcast and then it grew into something bigger. We was recording out of my buddy's barbershop.
Mhm.
But one of the first things that somebody told me was, look, don't expect your friends and family to be your listeners or your supporters.
Yeah.
And I think that all creatives can kind of learn from that ideology. And I think that goes along with what you were saying. That's why I
Mhm.
brought it up. And it's some difficult shit to fucking deal with because
Right.
those are the people you expect the most from.
Yeah.
Um, I imagine that's disheartening as a creative like yourself. You say you thought about quitting a couple of times.
Mhm.
What was it that made you just feel like fuck it?
Well, like I said, I was with this group. We was about to get signed. Shit ain't go through. So I was crushed after that. I'm like, damn, I done put this work into doing this, and to be right here to knock back down, I'm like, I ain't doing it no more. And then it was just like certain things that came my way to make me step back into it.
So why come back to it?
Man, the man upstairs gonna make you, you know what I'm saying? If he wants you to do something, you gonna do it. That's for a fact. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't invest in my life into this. You know what I'm saying? I done invested time, energy, money, things I can't get back. So that time, energy, money, I could have, invested it and played it safe in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I could have invested that in real estate or stocks or whatever to still make me, be able to be comfortable in life. But
Mm.
that wasn't the plan. Is this? So this where I'm at.
So okay, let's talk about foresight.
Hmm.
Like I said, we believe in speaking things into existence.
Hmm.
You were talking about some of the artwork that we had out here. That booth right there. One of my buddies actually painted that booth. He
Okay.
goes by Beeline Artistry. He did the podcast a couple years ago for the first time, and I asked him, what's your 1 year plan for you as a creative, and what's your 5 year plan for you as a creative? And his 1 year plan was, he says, I want to get invited to Art Basel. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but that's this like worldwide art event. It happens
Hmm.
in Florida, and that's where Kanye and Jay-Z might show up and buy your shit.
Right.
And by the end of that year, he was invited to Art Basel.
Mm.
So if you had to give us what you see for yourself in your career for 1 year and 5 years, obviously we want to know what you want as an artist, what you foresee, what you see as a possibility and for the 1 year, and then what you actually want for the long term.
Well, what I see before this year up, what I'm saying, I'm gonna be signed, um, with a label backing because I'm independent right now. Label backing before this year up in 2022, I'm gonna be a known artist, a household name.
That makes me want to ask, with today being the way that it is, we've seen so many, not so many, but we've seen quite a few artists break through without that label backing. And
Hmm.
I understand the music business enough to know that, there's two sides to that coin. I understand that, sometimes the labels are the only ones who could give you certain placements on these playlists. Sometimes they're the only ones who can give you these streams or at least make people see your name and see your music and see your artistry. Just put it in their face so they could choose whether or not to click on it. A lot
Hmm.
of times you need the labels for those things. But then at the same time, when there's so much to be made in that indie avenue.
Right.
Like, for example, you familiar with the artist Russ?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so look at a person like Russ. He rocked that indie thing for so long that by the time he got to the point where he's sitting in these rooms with these, music label executives, now we're having a partnership conversation as opposed to a employer employee conversation.
Right.
what do you want out of the two and why? Because it sounds like you want to be signed. I just kind of want to
Hmm.
know why you want to go that route.
Well, for me, it's just not me. If it was just me, then I would keep, going the indie route. I got producers, I got artists, I got singers, I got rappers, I got a whole
Team.
team that I need to put them on. I need to put them in a position, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a little momentum, I got a little, the engine running. So for me, it's not, of course, I want to be in a position, but also I want my team to be in a position. I want the people I deal with in a position. So I want to more so put them in a position. So that's why the label would come into play for me, for my situation.
I respect that.
Hmm.
And that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize about creatives. Like, for example, it's uh, me and you, and then a team member of yours all sitting in the room together right now.
Hmm.
But, to the viewers, to the listeners, they're not aware that there's, 10 people in the other room right now. And it's
Right,
both from my team and your team.
right.
So I definitely understand wanting to make sure that the team is taken care of. And if I don't have it to give you right now, I'll cut a deal to make sure that I could take care of y'all. But,
Hmm.
later on, we just gonna have to bring it back to the home team only is the way that I look at it. So I definitely understand that.
Hmm.
Right now, there's not right now, but just in general, there's so hip hop is the number one music genre in the world.
Right.
And it took a while to get there.
Hmm.
And I think it got there sooner than they actually admitted, but it definitely took a minute to get there. Do you feel as though you're stuck to only doing hip hop?
Mm-mm. Like how it is now, you could do whatever you feel. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do majority. But for right now, I do music to appease my block for one, in my city, and then people that's like minded on what I'm putting out here. So I do it for like minded people for now until I feel like, okay, I want to jump in this lane, I want to jump in that lane, but I never want to put myself in a box. I always want to expand and do what I need to do.
I think that's a good outlook to have because then you don't bottleneck yourself.
Right.
So if you felt as though, let's say, I don't know, for whatever reason, you're 3, 4 projects in at this point, you're on your senior album,
Hmm.
you want to do something a little bit different.
Right.
Like, remember Kanye did 808s and Heartbreak, and a lot of people, the critics had a whole lot to say. Right now, nobody denies that it's a classic.
Right.
If you had to, I would call 808s and Heartbreak more of a R&B techno album.
Right. Right. Right.
If you felt like you were going to go into a different genre, what's a genre that you'd like to experiment with?
Hmm.
You got a country
Shit.
track in you?
On some old town road. It's not, it's nothing is far fetched. Nothing is xed off the list.
Mm-hmm.
If it makes sense, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? We can do a pop track. We can do R&B. We can country. It had to make sense. But we can do whatever as long as it makes sense. As long as I feel like I'm not selling myself short, or I'm not selling my soul, or going against my morals and ethnics or what I believe in, we can do it
So integrity seems to be a large part of your character.
for sure.
So then I would imagine you in the entertainment industry will probably be presented with things that may or may not make you feel uncomfortable. How do you, right now, it's super popular. Lil Nas X just did his whole Satanism thing. What were your thoughts when you saw this?
I didn't watch it, but I seen clips, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like,
First question. Do you think that was genuinely his idea, or you think that was something the label gave to him?
man, he clout chasing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell, like, he was this okay little boy. Then he came out, I'm gay. Not to say that he's not or he is or whatever, but it's like he doing certain things to sell records and get the clout or popularity.
Him being gay played no role in whether or not Old Town Road was a fucking banger.
It didn't.
But he did feel the need to say it, and the
To
press
boost it.
publicized
Yeah,
it.
to
Right.
boost this shit. Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that? Do you think that if the check is right, you would do something that you wouldn't do for any other reason other than the money?
Nah, if it ain't feeling right, if it ain't, like I say, if it go against my morals, I can't do it. You can't write a check on that.
So you're not gonna perform on SNL in the dress?
Hell no. I'm gonna go back to the block like that.
I don't
I
know.
can't.
Is Cuddy going back to the block?
He far from the block. You feel
Far
me?
removed.
He far. He don't have to worry about a block in sight.
Right.
You know?
I asked these questions. Obviously, we could create some clickbait shit and say you said some shit that you didn't say, but I'm very intrigued to know people's perspective because I think that a lot of times, I think that I've interviewed quite a few different artists, and I think that a lot of artists will pussyfoot around topics
Mm-hmm.
out of fear. Really, it's just that because out of fear of it's FOMO, fear of missing out. You fear that you may one day be in a position where Cuddy might fucking, get you a feature, and because you said you may not have respected one of the moves, or you just may not have done one of the moves that he did.
Right.
Like a lot of times people don't answer those questions. So I ask a couple of those, and I'll have a couple more for you as this thing goes on.
Mm-hmm.
How many projects have you put out to date? Not just studio recorded, even that old shit that you did that fucking only a handful of motherfuckers listen to, the guys on the block and everybody
Man,
else.
I done did CD. I done printed up CDs, passed them bitches out for free. I done did something with the group.
You were that guy standing outside the mall like, hey, check me out real quick.
Now, I was giving them bitches for free. Take this, play this, here you go. I wasn't even selling them. I was giving them for free.
The real hustle.
Yeah. So probably with them on my albums, probably like 6, 7 projects.
Okay. Okay. So if you had to put a number on it, and I know most artists don't know the answer to this, but if you had to ballpark a number, how many songs you think you've recorded in your life?
Man, I got so many songs just on Tuck. So so it won't sound too crazy. I just say thousands, probably thousands.
So you think you got over 1,000?
Yeah, hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you had to segment those into subject categories, right? What would you say the 3 or 4 main focuses of your songs are? Because everybody's telling their story. If we're talking about Lil Wayne, we talk about he's talking about down south. He's talking about doing drugs. He's talking about being promiscuous with women. He's talking about a bunch of different things like that.
Right.
If you had to just give some headlines about what your music is about, what would that be?
Well, like I said earlier, like my music is more so catering to the emotions. I might go in the booth pissed off, so you gonna hear me being pissed off through this track.
So, what, you got some drill tracks? You talking that shoot 'em up shit?
Somewhat, but I'm not a shoot 'em up artist. You feel me? I talk a little pistol play here and there, but I'm spraying the church up and all of that. That ain't me. But I touch a little bass on it. Hustle music, motivational music. You know what I'm saying? Staying down.
So some Jeezy and some Nipsey.
Yeah, hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at some point, I would imagine probably gonna have to leave Detroit for your career, right?
Hell yeah.
Why do you think it is that so many artists, even Chicago artists, New York artists, we see them doing it now? Why do you think it is that so many artists in the hip hop world, um, in the early 2000s, for example, artists were still flocking to New York? Right now, New York is no longer the mecca of hip hop. Like, it doesn't matter what they think; they're just not.
Right.
Right now, it's Atlanta.
It's Atlanta,
and it has been for a couple of years, and probably for a couple of years more, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it is that so many artists feel the need to flock to Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta specifically, everybody get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have an artist that's might driving a $300,000 car. Have a regular dude driving the same $300,000 car. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go where everybody is kind of like-minded, like far as want to bubble, want to be on success, far as want to hustle. So you gotta go to that, because if everybody on their hustle and their grind, they're not hating on you or thinking, oh, dog got this, I don't fuck with him. You know, they ain't thinking about you because I'm on my own little lane, you know. So Atlanta kind of give you that feel like everybody on their own little shit.
Have you been to Atlanta?
Hell yeah, I'm always in Atlanta.
So I went to Atlanta for a hip hop conference, and I'll be honest, man, the vibe was just different. Like
Yeah.
it was you know what Atlanta made me feel like? Atlanta made me feel like if I was working an artist and I was working a track, you could go in a strip club, holler at the DJ, you know, give him a couple bands or whatever. He gonna spend your shit in that weekend.
Hell yeah. If they fuck with it, they gonna keep spinning it.
It's not like that in Chicago.
It ain't like that in the D. You give them a couple bucks, they'll spin it then, and they
Fuck
ain't
you as soon
fucking
as
with
you
you.
gone. Yeah.
Man.
What what the fuck is that?
Man, crabs in a barrel, motherfuckers. Like how you said, you might play your shit, they might fuck with it, but something inside them won't let them genuinely gravitate to it. That's when my cousin harder than this.
My boy colder.
Yeah, this shit, he might be like, damn, this shit sweet as hell. But he like, no, my nigga, he shitting on you. I don't know, man.
So what are you as an artist, right? And obviously, you know, I can't expect you to have all the answers to all these unknown questions that I'm gonna have. How do you as an artist combat that? I see you doing it. Obviously, you moving around, you moving through the country, you making your name known outside of the city. You're doing obviously quite a few things.
Right.
To I view what you're doing as kicking the fucking door in.
Hell yeah.
They not just opening the door and asking you to come in. You kicked that bitch in and was like, "What's up? I'm here."
Right.
Why take that approach? And is that your only way to combat that broad shoulderness that we deal with in the Midwest?
Hell yeah, man. I gotta bust through this door, bro. If they don't want to open it. I tried the Rada, let me chill. Somebody gonna escort me through the door. Ain't nobody escorting me. I'm Chung Lee in that door. Get me through this bitch. You feel me? That's where I'm at with it, man. Like I say, I got people depending on me, man. I got a squad, I got a team. They like, well, shit, you got it going, shit. Lead us to the promised land then. So I gotta, you know what I mean, just that on my shoulders. I do what I gotta do to get to where we need to be.
Okay, so I know we didn't come right back to it, but I asked you your 1 year plan, and you said by the end of this year, you know, you want to have some partnership with a label, you know, and I know that that's for a lot of different reasons. You know, got to get that big upfront check, you got to get that distribution deal, you got to become a household name. Now, long term, what are your goals as an artist, as a creative, just in the hip hop world?
In the hip hop world, I want them to be like, dog. First and foremost, dog, one of the top spitters. I need that. I need that. I need dog made hits and he can spit. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? I need to be respected. I need my name to come up in these conversations.
So if you had to look at an artist's career, an artist that broke since 2005, nobody before 2005. If you had to look at a career of an artist who broke and you'd like to model or, you know, just take that template and make it your own, whose career would that be?
I mean, I got to take my own path at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But, you know, if I'm looking at somebody's career, well, I ain't going to say I would want to take that career, but a career that I admire, and not just because I'm in this shop. This is who I really admire, Lil Durk. I like his shit because he made smackers. Then he kind of went away, and then he came back strong. You know what I'm saying? And now you can't deny him. Like he can't miss.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And Dirk gets a lot of love in the city, but with Chicago, this gang shit is deep. And I
I'm
know
already here.
shit. I know a bunch of the motherfuckers that do dirt here and gotta go on the run for a little bit. I know a bunch of them motherfuckers come up to Detroit. I know a bunch of them go to Indiana and shit too.
Hell
So I'm
yeah.
sure you guys see a lot of that bullshit too. Do you guys have some of our gangs up there?
Hell yeah, we got gangs. Y'all more gang related than how we are. It's gangs up there. It's every gang up there, but y'all
What gangs
gang
you guys got?
everything. We got GDs, we got Bloods, we got Crips, Vice Lords. We got everything, but it's more so people rep blocks more so than the gang. But it's a mad gang.
See,
So
now here, what a lot of people don't know, and you might not even know being from Detroit. Here, it's like that more than it is to get. So the gang shit was a lot more unified, and yeah, I don't know how familiar you are with like Chicago history, street culture, but like names like Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford. I'm sure you've heard these names.
yeah, I'm here.
When they locked these guys up, what that did was you got to think these guys got 10,000 soldiers under them.
Right.
So when you lock these guys up, now it's a whole lot of Indians and ain't no chief.
Right.
So that spiraled into, nah, fuck you. Yeah, we the same gang, but fuck you.
Right.
This my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that spirals into years and years of blood feuds. And I've seen what should be opposing gangs be cool and, fuck up their own gang type shit. Because now it is a block and neighborhood thing here. I often wonder how much of an influence this street culture that is so heavy here has on hip hop, because when you look at like a Dirk or a Chief Keef, for example, drill made waves in this country
for sure.
The world,
yeah, everybody making that. Yeah.
Right. So one of my questions was, do you think that drill had impact on the music of Detroit?
Yeah, because it's people that do drill for sure, but like Chicago influence just so big. It's strong. Like everybody saying niggas talking about four and them,
right?
And
Four them,
you know what I'm saying?
I always wonder, do y'all even
four
know
and
like
them.
what four them like?
Tell me what is four and them?
It's four them. Like, all right, so
I even be fucking around saying I'll put it on four and them. I don't even know what the fuck.
Like how you said, there's Vice Lords in Detroit, right? A cousin offshoot of the Vice Lords would be the Four Corner Hustlers.
Oh,
so Phonem would be Phonem. Right, gang them, right, Phonem, but instead of like all the gang and this and that, so it was initially that type of lingo, and then that just spiraled into it's Phonem. So now I'm hearing down south rappers say Phonem and all types of shit.
And niggas be saying ops. I feel like y'all started that.
Thought is ours too.
Word?
Thought started out as an acronym for that hoe over there.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that came from it. That's
before I heard it anywhere else. I was like at fucking artist showcase and shit here. And some West Side niggas came up with that shit. But, yeah, and we do kind of permeate into the culture, right? Like that's Chicago. It's the third biggest market in the country for a fucking reason. And I don't like sometimes I go places like I remember I was in New Orleans a couple years ago, and I'm like in New Orleans they got like liquor stores that's also like chicken shacks,
right,
which is just wild to me, but it was convenient like at the time.
Right.
And I remember this dude was like, oh, where you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Chicago. And they're like, oh, you from Chirac? And I could immediately tell that you think I think I'm tough.
That's how they do. That's how they do, especially with Detroit. Yeah, right? That's what they do.
So I immediately disarm people. Like, hey, look, man, the hood is the hood. No matter where you go, it's real niggas. No matter where you go, they just show us on the news the most.
Yeah, it's either with that, they either show you mad respect because they think you're tough, or they're gonna be automatically on the defense because they know what type of time you could possibly be on.
Right, and you answered the question before I asked it, and I was gonna say, are they on that? being from Detroit when you go to these maybe
Hell
smaller
yeah,
towns.
hell yeah. I mean, but more so, luckily for me, I get more so with a respect, more so because I
think that's
leave.
an energy thing with you
Yeah,
too.
I
though.
leave with respect, so I expect to get that back. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But anything outside of respect, then that's when other things occur. But I leave with respect, so I most of the time get that back. So
And I can see that.
mhm.
I think you gotta not docile, very calm nature.
Yeah.
Like you don't you seem like just a chill dude.
Hmm.
So I think that people pick up on energy
Yeah, for sure.
outside of Detroit. What do you think? You whether it be performance, whether it be just motivation for music, whether it be just the vibe of the city. Where do you think your favorite place to go is outside of Detroit, right here in the states?
I got a few of them actually.
All right, well, go ahead and list them off.
I fuck with New York.
I feel like New York's overrated, grossly overrated too.
Well, I used to live out there, so
Where'd you live?
I stay in the Bronx.
Okay, so I've been
Hmm.
to the Bronx. I got family in Brooklyn. I got family in Harlem. Half my family's Belizean. I don't know if y'all got a Belizeans in Detroit like that.
I'm not hip, but
Right. So there's a lot of Belizeans in New York, Florida, Cali, and Chicago.
oh yeah, New York got everything in that
Right.
motherfucker. That's what I like too, is real cultural. Like, motherfucker be from Europe, like you said, Belizean, this
All
person,
types
you
of
know what I'm
places.
saying? Yeah.
Where in Detroit, I guess it's
Black
not
people.
so much.
Nah,
Yeah.
black
Right.
people.
Chicago has it too, but I don't know. Chicago's extremely segregated.
Mm.
Like right now, this happens to be a Mexican neighborhood. If we go about a mile and a half south,
Yeah.
all black people.
Yeah.
It look like Flint.
Mm.
That's what it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
But then, if we go a mile east, it's all white yuppies.
Mm.
So it's just real. We all super close, but
Right.
it's real segregated. Is Detroit like that?
Yeah, but like people got their different like areas. Like, you got an area where it's Africans, you got an area where it's just Spanish people, area whites, of course, and then blacks.
The poor whites live somewhere different from the whites with a little bit of money, don't they?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
So New York is one of your favorite cities. You say you got a couple of them. Where else would have been one of those?
Um, Atlanta, of course. Atlanta.
Why
And
Atlanta?
cause like I say, everybody, it make you step your shit up. Like you see this motherfucker, he grind and he ain't thinking about what you doing. So it be like, well, damn, I need to step my shit up. He got this, he doing this. I need to do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. They got that Southern hospitality shit down there
Yeah.
too, like
Mm-hmm.
that. And I don't know. You're a rapper, so I imagine you like thick girls, and they got a bunch of them down south.
Oh yeah, yeah, you know it.
um, when I was down there, I noticed that the strip club culture is way different down there than it is up here. Like where people will get out of culinary art school and go work in the strip
Oh
club
yeah.
down south.
Strip Day is the number one strip club. I would say Detroit is like number two because we got a big
Oh, do you guys have a
strip
big strip club
club.
culture?
Yeah, culture. Yep.
I didn't know that. See, I don't knock dancers hustle or anything like that. I really don't give a fuck about anybody's hustle as long as you're not harming children.
Right, right.
Um, I feel like to give you X amount of dollars to tease me, it's just not really for me.
Right.
But I'm intrigued about Detroit strip culture now. Now I'm gonna have to go to a strip club, so I'm gonna need you to invite Mogul Minds out to Detroit so we can come chop it up.
Come on. They got the best food though. Food number one.
In the strip club?
Yeah. The lamb chops bust.
See, that's wild to me. Like eating food in a strip club is
Yeah.
a crazy concept.
You got the twat in your face, you fucking lamb chops up while they going crazy.
I just feel like that's unsanitary. But
Yeah, but you gotta go to the certain little eatery once you in the eatery section.
All right, so there's not ass and booty sweat.
No,
food.
no, no.
All right, so we got New York, we got Atlanta. Where else you been? That's just
man. I like Houston. I like the vibe out in Houston.
I've never been West Coast at all. I've never been to Houston.
Yeah.
Never been to Texas. But I don't know if you know, a lot of black people from Chicago over the last like 10 years, a ton of them just move into Texas. Like,
oh
get
yeah,
the fuck up out of here. I don't know if it's the same in Detroit.
Yeah, I know. I know motherfuckers that move like Texas. That shit, I like it though. It's smooth.
What about Texas? What about the vibe of Texas was it for you?
They polite out there, you know. They polite. They greet you. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah. I'm used to motherfuckers mean mugging, you know,
It's
looking at.
open carry down there, right?
Yeah,
I kind of think, and as crazy as this sounds, I kind of think that makes people a little bit more polite.
yeah, that could be. Yeah, I got this motherfucker 60 clip on me, so yeah, hello. You may not say nothing crazy, you know.
I mean, you also see less police shootings of
Yeah,
unarmed civilians and shit like that. Because look, I go to the range just like you go to the range, big
right,
dog. Like,
right,
let's not play that game.
right.
And I don't think that it doesn't matter any inner city. Doesn't matter. We're talking Detroit, Chicago. We all are. Any of the liberal inner cities, we're gonna have these gun crimes and whatnot. Do you think the hip hop plays a role in the way that this gun violence goes?
It's somewhat, you know, entertainment in general, you know, because people like to put that on hip hop. You know, people watch movies and stuff like that.
I love
Movies,
gangster movies.
yeah, that's a huge influence versus hip hop. Yeah, people like people of other culture and races, they want to be, you know, tapped in into the urban community, the ghetto, you know, but they don't want to be in it. They just want to be enough to hear you shot Jimmy, but they don't want to be there when you shoot Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so that, but they know I'm not shooting fucking Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here playing this video game. So yeah.
So I've seen and spoke with, and I love watching artist interviews. And a lot of artists, may hit a short period of time where they're making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I hate to fucking see is artists who at one point were making a lot of money buy a couple of cribs, take care of too many fucking family members, and
Yeah.
then that time where you was hot, it ain't coming back. You don't have that label backing. Don't nobody like I was at a hip hop conference one time. I was sitting right next to Chingy. I talked to the man for like fucking 15 minutes before somebody else told me who he was.
Chingy.
And if you do get this,
When I do, I'm about to correct you.
There we go. I corrected myself. Don't
Yeah.
worry. When you get this label deal, when you get this partnership, this distribution deal,
Right.
outside of music,
Right.
what do you want to invest in to make sure to secure the bag for your team?
Man, first and foremost, I'm going with real estate. You know what I'm saying? You only going to get rich off of real estate. My second will be stocks. You know what I'm saying? I want to be open businesses and I want to put my people on. I'm gonna be like, okay, because ain't gonna be no, what's up, cuz I need 50,000. No, I got it like that. We setting you up one time. Listen, what you want to do, bro, that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life.
Put a motherfucker on payroll.
Yeah, you want to do this? This what you gonna do. I'm gonna front this, but after this, bro, you through. You fuck this up. You done.
I
So
feel like that's fair.
yeah, it's on you. So what you gonna do?
You brought up stocks. I don't pretend to be no type of fucking financial guru, no shit like that. But a couple of months ago, I had a guy on the podcast. His name's John Truman Wolf. He'd been on like Fox News Business, all that shit. Like, and he was telling me like, lithium. That's what's in all of our phones. That's what's in all these fucking electric cars. That's the new oil. So
Yeah.
like, buy that shit right now. And so, I had dabbled, I hopped in. I never played with stocks or nothing like that. I hopped in because it's all gambling to me. I hopped in, see what it would do. And honestly, it was doing a little bit. Right now, crypto is going crazy.
Yes, sir.
I got this shit called Dogecoin.
Yeah.
This shit is up. Some shit, I think last time I checked, I was up like 323% or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't got rapper money. But if I did have some rapper money, I could have threw a couple more dollars in there.
Yeah.
I just say that to say for you and your listeners, people who checking out this episode. I don't know, man. I ain't never put fucking no money into nothing that I got a 300 some shit percent return on.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to think about.
Hell yeah.
And one thing, you being an artist, a lot of people are talking about right now is this shit called NFT, which is to some degree like
The
it's like trademarking your digital
yeah,
intellectual property.
my man was telling me that. Shout out to my man Nobody. He was telling me about that because I wasn't hip, but he was saying like, yeah, I'm about to start this person on my team, he artist. He like, yeah, I'm about to start selling my merch from artists through FNT. And I'm like, damn, you gotta put me hip because I don't really know. So I ain't gonna sit here and say like I know about
right, but it came across your ear, and it's not the first time. That's the same with me. So I just say, you as a creative, you got a team. I'm sure you got people doing fucking all types of logos and different types of artistry for you.
Hell yeah.
Just something to be aware of, because I feel like because we don't have the conversations enough, we're always late to the fucking game.
We late as fuck, bro. People that already done made millions and we come late as hell. That's why I need people, you know, that spark their mind to want to get into that. Let me do this. Let me see what's the next thing. Like, I gotta have that around me. If you ain't on that, I can't have you around me.
So we got a couple of minutes left. You know, we got like 15 or so minutes left, and I wanna get into a couple of things. Last thing I'm gonna talk to you about a couple of hypotheticals, and this is just a character analysis is the thing that I do, but it's more comical.
Okay.
But before we get into that, I want to talk about your top 5 music influences of all time.
People always want this.
In no specific order. I'll give you that.
Oh, my influence. Okay. So that's better. Okay.
It don't have to be your influence. It could be just be your favorites.
My favorites?
Yeah,
okay.
Favorites.
So that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I realized that. That's why I made sure to differentiate.
Because people be like, yeah, your all-time list. And, you know, but a person might be like, yeah, Rakim, but you ain't listening to Rakim right now. So how is that your, you know what I'm saying? Right. It gotta be somebody you listen to, too. That's how I feel.
So your top 5 favorites.
My favorites. And my 5 can always be interchangeable because of the climate and the time. Okay. But some people aren't. Like, one is Jay-Z. He's never gonna interchange.
Okay. And is that more his music or his business savvy or just him?
Both, you know, business, music, you know, he was trendsetting. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a good imprint on the culture.
I have an unpopular opinion about Jay-Z that I always bring up.
What's that?
I think that Jay-Z is a prolific fucking artist. He's a prolific fucking businessman. He's a fucking hip-hop legend. I would not take any of those things away from him. I'm not a fucking hater. At one point in my life, I was a Jay-Z hater.
Yeah, my homeboys, some of them like that. We argue.
I am by no means a Jay-Z hater. But what I will say is, and I've been told this is an unfair statement to make, I think that sometimes in hip-hop, people are looking for what they're missing. You know, and hip-hop artists die all the time. There's so many different variables. I don't think that Jay-Z would be as prolific as he is today had Biggie never died.
I heard people say that, but certain shit you just can't stop. You know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't have been great.
Yeah.
I'm saying, would he have been the Hove that we know today?
I mean, probably played a little part of him shooting, but I feel like he was gonna shoot anyway. He might not have shot 96 or 97, he might have shot 2000, but it was coming. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But it just came a little sooner because Dog was out the way.
You can see what I'm saying though about him.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
right? Because some people say the same thing about DMX and Pac.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the late great, both of them. But you know, most recently passed. So Jay-Z is at the top of your list. That's not even interchangeable. Who else you got?
I gotta have Nasty Nas up there.
How could you not? I mean, ether became a fucking verb. Like you could
literally. Yeah, I was the biggest Jay-Z, and then I heard ether. I'm like, oh, come on.
If you wrote a diss track and I said you ethered that nigga, you would know exactly what I was saying.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And that in and of itself is prolific. That, and I'm pretty sure Didn't he write fucking one of his first albums at like 19? One of these
Who?
like Nas, was it? Was it not? It was written. I can't remember the name of the album, but Nas was super young for
Yeah,
one of
it
them
was. It was
albums.
written. It was
It was
written.
it
Yep.
was written.
Mhm.
He was, and I feel like today in hip hop, 19-year-olds aren't really like you. You say you like to focus on lyricism,
Yeah.
and I mean, you brought up Jay-Z and Nas, and both of these cats are lyrical in different degrees,
Uh huh.
but obviously you respect lyricism.
Yeah.
I don't feel like 19-year-old kids got what Nas had at 19.
Hell
Even the
no. He
dope
was
artists.
reading fucking encyclopedias or something. What he was coming with, you know.
Okay, so we got Jay-Z, we got Nas.
I'm gonna go with Snoop too, cause he done changed. He done switched up in what 4 eras, you know.
Snoop Lion or Snoop Dogg?
I gotta go with Dog. I don't know the line, you know. I'm gonna go
I
with
know
Dog.
Snoop. I mean, look, he went from making fucking gangster music to
Yeah.
weed smoker music to doing fucking cooking shows with Martha Stewart.
He do what he want, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? He do what he want.
As do I, sir.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're great at what you do and you decide to switch it up, you can
Yeah.
fucking do that.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so if we got two more,
I ain't gonna say Biggie or Pac. I'm not
okay,
gonna
for the
put
same
them.
reason you didn't say Eminem.
No, that was my next one.
So you're gonna say Eminem, Biggie, and Pac outside? They're outside of this list.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Eminem, but I can put him outside though. You
Okay.
know.
You being from Detroit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you put him outside of the list.
Okay.
Let's get two other artists.
Okay, I got you. So outside of Eminem,
I feel like Eminem's too easy for you to say.
yeah,
And your Detroit people probably gonna be looking like, look at this nigga. He
right,
even say
sucker.
Eminem.
I'm gonna say, and y'all gonna be like, what? But this is just, you know, this is me. This is who I'm listening to. I'm gonna go with Lil Baby. I'm gonna go with Lil Baby.
Okay, so he's just one of your favorites right now. I think
He can be interchangeable, but that's who I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? All these people is who I'm listening to.
Lil Baby goes fucking crazy. Like, I
fuck
don't think
with
there's
him.
anybody that could be like, oh, I think that people could say he doesn't have the catalog to
No,
be put
he
up there with
doesn't.
the other people that
He
you put up
doesn't.
there.
No, he doesn't. But that's just who I'm listening
That's
to.
right.
Like I've been saying this for a minute now. He just, you know,
You playing his projects from beginning to end, not skipping shit.
not skipping nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the
So
fifth one,
yeah, you're gonna round that top 5 off.
the fifth one, I'm gonna go with. See, I'm conflicted though. I'm gonna go with Sean. I'm gonna go with Big Sean.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely, were we on cam when we talked about how Sean don't get the respect he deserves?
Yeah, we was talking about it. Yeah.
Because like I said, we was having that conversation
Yeah.
off cam. So okay, so we got Jay-Z, we got Nas, we got Snoop, we got Lil Baby, and we got Big Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Now you naming Lil Baby before Big Sean, I hope that your Detroit people give you shit about that. That's the only reason I even brought it back up, so that to give them the idea to give you shit.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm on that. But, now I can't just give you softball questions here.
Okay.
That's not the type of person that I am.
Hit it.
So I gotta give you the same shit that I give other artists. Now, if you had to tell me 3 artists that you think are grossly overrated, who would they be?
Overrated. It's a few of them. Overrated. It's one artist I like him, but I do think he overrated. But I do like him though, so I ain't gonna say them because I can't say he overrated. I like him,
Right?
So I'm not gonna say him.
Artists that people just swear by and you just don't see it.
Kendrick. Oh, they swear he is the GOAT.
It's funny to me that you say that because one of the first times I asked that question on the podcast, an artist that goes by Loon, Rayboy, he's a Chicago artist.
Okay.
Fucking you guys collabing would be nasty. But I listen to some of your music too.
Okay.
And I know the quality of both of you guys' music. But it's funny that you say that and he said that. What about Kendrick? It just don't
Man,
do it for
listen, Kendrick Cole. Don't get me wrong. He's sweet. I'm not saying he's not sweet, but he only got what 2, maybe 3 projects, and they put him way up here. And it's like, damn, some of these people done put in mad projects to get up here, and he only did a couple, and y'all got him up here. He not gonna say he cold, but it's like, damn, off of that, he just up there, huh?
You just think he's not. You're not saying that he's not a quality fucking hip hop artist.
No,
He's
he
not a
cold
he's
for
not right.
sure. Yeah.
You just think that the pedestal that they got him on is a
Yeah.
little bit too high.
I be arguing with people, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, where's Kendrick right now? We need you, Kendrick. And he just, I don't even know where he at.
You know what that makes me think of? You say you're 29, right? You
Yeah.
remember old school Mortal Kombat. You remember like if you just playing one player and you fighting the computer and you got to go up and knock each one off.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel like he should
That
be
motherfucker.
above Goro.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah. I'm like, damn.
Okay, so Kendrick, overrated. Not the first time we've heard that. It's only the second time we've heard that in Mogul Minds Studios on an episode of Real Talk Chicago. So outside of Kendrick, you got 2 more. Who fills those other 2 spots for just fucking overrated artists?
Overrated. He like the main one, but let me see if I gotta pick 2 more. Let me see. Let me think about that.
I bet you taking that Kendrick feature though.
For sure. Like I said, Kendrick Cole. I'm not knocking his skill set.
You just don't think
hot.
he's worthy of the pedestal.
Yeah, they just put him up there too fast, you know.
Okay.
But he hard for sure. But let me think who's up there. Damn, he the main one. I really can't say nobody else like overrated like that.
I guess it depends on how high you think people are rated. I think there's a ton of artists that are fucking overrated, but you might not even view them as rated that high.
Yeah, cause I mean, it be people that be like, he's sweet, and I'm like, I don't see that. But far as just saying he, like, you know.
So if you don't want to give 2 more of those, I'm gonna ask for 1 more. But in between, why don't you give us an artist that you think is grossly underrated, not yourself?
That's underrated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with I listen to Doggy Bone, the party dude, the Party Fontaine. He the dude that messed with Megan.
That name.
The dude, he kicking it with Megan Thee Stallion right now.
Okay, so I would have to go and listen to his music. You think he's underrated?
Yeah, okay. The last project is called Underrated. He hard. He the dog that be like bagging it up with Cardi. He wrote a lot of Cardi music. If you heard it, you would be like, okay, I heard it.
Okay, yeah, that's what it would have to be.
Yeah.
And okay, so you gonna give us 1 more of these overrated artists, or we can move on to my hypotheticals. We got about 6-7 minutes left here.
Oh, we can move on because I can't really think off the top of for who, but you know, Kendrick for sure.
I don't script the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. So when I do interviews, I got a base set of ideas that I know I want to do. Before we get into these hypotheticals, now I think that we've had a good conversation today. I think that our listeners will get to know you as an artist. I think that your supporters can listen to this and learn things about you that they may not have necessarily known. And, you know, just delve into the mind of you a little bit differently than they've gotten a chance to before. Mm-hmm. For people who may not be familiar with you, people who are not super fans, where can people go find you to listen to your music, and where can artists go and find you to reach out to collab?
My music everywhere is shot on all platforms. Shoplift Spittz, Spittz. I'm on
2 T's.
2 T's. I'm on the gram, Shoplift Williams, 1 word. You know, and all social media.
So you on Spotify, you on Apple Music, as long as they search up Shoplift Spittz with 2 T's and a Z.
I'm on everything.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so that's the same place for the artists to reach out to you too then.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Perfect. So just as we get ready to wrap here, and I very much appreciate you coming to sit down with us. And if you do got time, I definitely want you to hear some of these one light beats and see if you got maybe a freestyle. And you probably gonna spit some written shit. I know like 98% of rappers don't never fucking go off the top of the head. But
I compromise.
So you mix in freestyle with pre-written.
Sometimes it just depends on what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might be just straight off the top. Sometimes I might come with this, or sometimes I might written freestyle. It just depends.
Okay.
You know.
So I definitely gonna want you to hear some of what One Light got to work on. You know, maybe we could even make Mogul Minds Studios your home base when you touch down in Chicago.
For sure. Yeah.
This hypothetical is completely unrelated to everything we've talked about. I got a handful of them that I ask, and it's really, like I say, just to show the mind state of how people think about things.
Mm-hmm.
You see Thor? You into the Marvel movies?
Yeah, for Thor, that's my nigga.
You seen the last one, Thor Ragnarok, where where he was,
yeah.
Okay, so that was like based on like a comic. It was called Planet Hulk and shit like that.
Okay.
Now, he woke up in the Coliseum. You remember that and shit? He changed, like he running around in circles in the room, can't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you wake up in the Coliseum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker comes up to you and they like, shoplift. You want to get out? Like, hell yeah, I want to get out. Like, all right, shoplift, here's your choice. You can fight a wolf and you're barehanded. You're a big guy, you know? Or you can fight a lion and you get a sword. Whatever fucking sword you want. It can't be an anime sword, but you can get that Kill Bill sword, that Hanzo steel, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you fight the wolf barehanded or do you fight the lion? I will tell you, like I said, we used to record at a barbershop. My homie's the Chicago Bears barber and shit. So a bunch of them have done the podcast. I talked to quite a few of them about it. I think that the majority of them chose wrong to begin with. I'm betting you choose wrong, but I'm not going to tell you what I think is wrong until you choose. So, do you fight the wolf and you're barehanded? And to give you on some stats, wolf, fuck around and be like 180 to 220 pounds. Right?
Yeah.
Lion, I actually meant tiger. Tiger, motherfucker, be 350 to 400.
Yeah.
You get the sword with the tiger. Which one do you choose?
Is the sword sharp?
It's sharp as shit. Are you a samurai?
No, but I know what to do with that motherfucker. So I'm gonna go, and you probably gonna say this wrong answer, but I'm gonna go with the sword because the wolf. What I had to do, break the motherfucking neck. I got to get close enough to even do anything with him. That's like, you punch him when they nose, but it's like he might eat my shit. Pause. So I'm gonna go with the sword.
I definitely think that's the wrong answer.
Why? Why is that?
One, you're not a samurai, so you don't got no fucking classical training with this sword. But even if you did, right? No, not even if you did, because that would be a different story. You don't. We're talking about a 400-pound cat versus a 200-pound dog. What happens? Like the tiger, fucking, he's running up on you. You swing, all your might. You trying to knock his motherfucking head off, and he ducks it because he's a cat and he's fast as shit and 400 pounds of muscle.
Right.
And then he just ducks it and you off. You all the way over here now because you swung strong as shit.
Right. But that wouldn't be my strategy.
That
wouldn't be my strategy though.
Before you tell me if I'm wrong.
What?
I think the only possible strategy you could have outside of that, you wait for the tiger to jump, and then you try to fucking make him impale himself on the sword with the sword up in the air. Here's the flaw in that thought process. This is a 400-pound cat. You a big guy.
Right.
Bro, we talking about 400 pounds of muscle rushing at you. Let's say you catch him and he impales himself.
Right.
He gonna maul you to death before he dies.
That's a fact, but that wasn't my process. Was them motherfuckers, they smart. Now them lions and tigers, they one of the smartest in the jungle. So they know, okay, my strategy would just be to poke at it, just to not even know some, because if I hit him and he get bloody, I'm either piss him off or he gonna be like, you know what, I'm straight on dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you think you got a better chance with that than the wolf?
Yeah.
See, I view the wolf as a pack animal, right?
But what would be your technique into getting the wolf off
I
your leg?
probably am gonna lose either an arm or like the lower half of a leg or some shit like that. I'm probably gonna lose one of those, and I accept and acknowledge that fact. That being said, whenever he's grabbing that, I'm gonna gouge out an eye, and then I think you just gonna. I'm gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
But he gonna be fucked up too. It's a 200-pound dog. I'm 220 pounds right now.
Right.
Like, I just imagine that they're both extremely difficult scenarios to end up in.
Yeah.
I just see myself walking away from the wolf a lot faster than walking away from the tiger, even with a sword. Because what you do if he knocked that motherfucker out your hand? You wasn't expecting that shit.
That's why I'm gonna poke at it. Because if you like your first thing, if I swing hard as hell and I miss, I'm through. It's over for me.
Yeah, but you poke at this motherfucker and he knock it out your hand because he's stronger than you. Like, let's say he smacks the blade. Don't even touch the handle. You smack the blade and you drop it. Oh, shit. Now what?
Well, I feel, I'm not no expert, but I feel like I know how to hold a sword.
A lot of people feel that
properly, but I could be wrong.
Look, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just am telling you why.
But a little quick boop to the eye, he through.
All right. So, I got one last one, and then we're going to let you get out of here. This last one, a little bit more, out there. All right. You ever smoke hookah?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, boom. All right, so let's say you and the team win a trip to Dubai, right? You out there kicking it with the oil princes, the concubines. You guys fucking do all the cool ass shit. You got the Shimtar sword, the little curved sword and shit.
Yeah.
All that cool shit. You're in the hookah bar, you guys smoking hookah, kicking it, chilling, having a good time. And apparently, every 1 millionth time you hit the hookah, a genie pops out, right? It's a little Assyrian dude. His name's Ninos, right? He don't look like fucking all magical and shit, but he's there.
Right.
And he's like, Shoplift, what's up? You look around, obviously you check with management and shit, see if you tweaking, you thinking there's hashish in the shit, you hallucinating. That's not what's going on. Everybody else sees it.
Right.
All right, so you like, fuck it, genie, let me get my 3 wishes. Like, come on, Shoplift, bro, that's some TV shit, but check it out. I can't do magic. Boom, snaps his fingers. Your favorite TV chef is right there, right? Cooking shit up. You can't see what they cooking.
Right.
Shoplift, check it out right now. World peace is in your hands. No more war, no more famine, no more poverty, none of that shit. All you have to do, snaps his fingers one more time. Now Gordon Ramsay's there. You know that fucking Hell's Kitchen, just that white dude, he be yelling and shit.
Yeah.
He there. So you know whatever they make is gonna be fucking fire.
Right.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay shows up and he's like, check it out, Shoplift. World peace is in your hands right now. Best burger you ever ate in your fucking life. You see the meat, it looks like ground turkey, it's like real lean and shit. The side of the bowl says baby meat.
Baby meat.
Baby meat, Shoplift.
This where the kick. This where the turn.
Eat the best burger you've ever had in your life, made of baby meat, for world peace.
What type of baby is this?
Oh, this is definitely human baby. But I will say, because this is always asked, the baby did not die for this to happen. Tens of thousands of babies die every day.
Right.
Do you eat this baby meat burger for world peace, Shoplift?
Oh man, in the Bible it say we gotta go to war, so shit. Shit, it say in all the books, the good books, we gotta go to war.
So Shoplift don't want no world peace.
Yeah, not baby meat. I'm not even eating fucking shark meat. So baby meat, I can't do it. I'm sorry, world. Get your AKs.
And you know what? You came to the conclusion a lot faster than a lot of people. I think the only other person who answered that question that fast with a no was not Allen Robinson, Adrian Amos of the Chicago Bears. We got a whole podcast called Cuts and Combos.
Okay.
And he's a more religious cat, and he's just like, nah, hell nah, not at all. Me personally, I don't even eat pork. I don't eat quite a few different meats and shit like that. I would eat that burger so fucking fast, bro, and then let them make a Wikipedia page about me. It's me. I cause world peace.
Right.
Me. Holla at me.
Yeah.
But you like, fuck it. Let these niggas rock.
Man, it's been worse since the beginning of the time.
You don't want to end it?
I would, but not like that though.
Not to eat just the best burger you ever gonna. It's gonna taste like
A
veal.
baby though.
Bro, veal is baby cow. They grow them shits in little fucking cages in the dark and shit.
I don't really eat burgers like that, so it's like to go from that to the baby. I
All
mean,
right.
if it just had to go like that, if it was like if people was pushing for it, then yeah, all right, come on. I'll be the
think
people's
it
champ.
is. I think if it was world peace, you might not have shit to rap about, and that's why you don't want to eat that burger.
No shit. I knew what it was before world peace, so I can keep rapping about that.
Look, Shoplift, this was a fun interview for me. I really hope you enjoyed yourself. I really hope we could get you in the booth before you guys got to cut out.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you coming through, sir. Is there anything you got working on coming up that you want to let the people know? Is there anything you got any performances, anything that you want people to know about before we go ahead and end the stream?
Oh yeah. Well, I just dropped a project in February called Every Day Above Ground. And what I got working up new, probably drop out next month, is Desperate to Win.
Shoplift Spittz, Every Day Above Ground.
Yes, sir.
And be on the lookout for Everyday Win.
Desperate to Win.
I'm sorry, Desperate to Win.
It's Desperate to Win.
All right.
Slumlords too. I got Slumlord Appeal. All this is Slumlords, you know.
All right, you definitely gonna have to bring us some Slumlord next time you come through.
So. I got something for y'all.
Oh shit, that's beautiful. That's love. Shit, we might have to turn the heater on and see what we got in the next room. You know, we make apparel here too.
Okay. Yeah.
So Shoplift, I definitely appreciate you, sir. This has been a dope interview. You've been dope. This has been Shoplift Spittz. We've been Real Talk Chicago. You've been great.
For sure, my man. My dog. Who? Let me use the bathroom, dog.
Yo, I had to use some water. I was